Hi everyone. So in our last video, we spoke about the circle of concern and the circle of influence. And I hope you enjoyed Stephen Covey's methodology in helping you become more proactive and taking control of some of your concerns. Now, I hope as we're doing this exercise, you started to realize how much control you actually have. You have more control than you think. And it's important for us to move away from that hopeless mentality to a more proactive one where we take control of our situation. So this does not mean that everything will work in our favor, but it does give us an idea of the fact that we do have some control and that life is not happening to us. And that gives us really confidence. That really makes us feel more motivated to get up every day and live life and to make changes in our lives because we do have some control. We are the captains of our ships. Now, to layer this activity and take it to the next level is Dr. Paul Stoltz methodology, the AQ, which is acronymed CORE. I love this strategy. I believe that it's such a practical way of looking at a problem and then building steps on how you can resolve it. And within that strategy, you become aware of how your problems are affecting your life and how you can minimize the impact of our problems. Because sometimes when we are stressed, we're not thinking about how is it filtering into our relationships and our performance at work and all the stuff, because we are so focused on the emotional aspects of it. But with this strategy, you start seeing the bigger picture. So let me take you through the strategy. But first, we are going to name and understand the acronym CORE. So the C in CORE stands for control. The O stands for ownership. The R stands for reach. And the E stands for endurance. Now, we are going to begin at the C. But first, I would like for you to choose one of the issues of concern that you've put in your circle of influence that you believe you have some form of control in, right? Okay, so choose that. And now we're going to look at it in real time to show you that you definitely have this in the bag. So when we start with CORE, we start with the C. So what control do you have in whatever the outcome is going to be? So I really would like you to rethink in a more rational and concrete way. Like, what control do you have? Name it, write it down. What control do you have? Like I said in my previous example, your health. Yes, I'm not feeling well, but what can I do? Maybe eat better, maybe rest, maybe take up some exercise. That is a concrete way of looking at it. That's something actionable. That's something you can do. And that's within your control. Right. So once you've looked at the C, we're going to go down to the O. O is ownership. Are you going to step up and take responsibility of making this situation better? I absolutely love this because now you're going to hold yourself accountable. You're not going to simply say, life is happening to me. You're going to say, I'm in charge and I get to decide to some extent what I'm going to do to improve the situation. And again, we'll use the health situation, which is you committing to a specific diet. And then when you've made that commitment, you actually action it and see it through because you know that it will improve your chances at the end, right? Once you've done that, you can then move on to reach. Now, how far does this issue reach into the other areas of your life? Now, this is where the self-awareness comes in. And like I said, most of us are always focused just on our own emotions, but we don't see what our issues do to our relationships, to our work, and to everything else that we actually enjoy and love. So it's important for you to look around and assess and say, how has this problem, so if it's my health problem, how has it affected my relationship? How has it affected work? Have I been absent a lot at work? Am I behind with my work? Me being constantly sick, can I not help at home? And is it becoming more frustrating for me not to be able to engage or play with my kids? All that stuff, really think about it. Okay, so you may be just physically sick. It may be a personal thing to you, but it does affect a lot of other areas sometimes. So have a look and just really observe and think about it and then write it down. Now we've come to the end of the core, which is the E, endurance. How long will this take to resolve? So it's always great to put a timestamp on anything because it gives us hope. It's a goal, and every goal has to have an end in sight because it incentivizes you to keep going, to keep doing, because at the end of 30 days, maybe if that's what your timeline is, you're able to assess the work that you've done in this 30 days. And if you've done great, but you feel that, you know what, you need to take it to the next level, then you can. But those are like milestones that you build in, and they motivate you once again. And you can see in real time changes. So you really set goals that you can achieve at a timeline that is realistic as well. So not put yourself under pressure or set yourself up for failure. So that is the core methodology / strategy. So it's a great way for you to really put down problems in a rational way, see how they affect your life, put a timeline on them as well, and also take up responsibility of seeing it through, make that commitment, and understand where your control is in the situation and only focus on that. Just your control. Forget about the things you cannot control. Just focus on that. So if you follow this methodology, I promise you, it does help in the sense of it makes everything manageable. What seemed overwhelming and out of your control now is manageable because you're not trying to eat the whole cake. Excuse the metaphor, but you're trying to eat the whole cake. You're just trying to eat the slice that is big enough for you and is for you. Everything else tends to shift around when we start just working on the things that we can control. So just work on the things you can control, not everything. And then watch as you see things shifting and opening up in your favor. So I hope this helps. I hope you've enjoyed this activity. Looking forward to your feedback about that. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us in this video, and we'll catch you in our next video.